Karma leads me to the middle of the plaza, and the two of us find a table. He walks off to get a fork and knife, before returning and handing a set to me. Do we really need a knife and fork to eat a cupcake? Yeah, that's kind of weird, but I guess, I don't know, if you're that fancy. So before we got your dress and you distracted me with cupcakes, we were talking about your curse. Were we? It's not an interesting topic. I was glad we had got off that tangent, to be honest. Why don't you want to talk about it? You have your secrets just as I do, Princess. The whole point of pairing up is to help each other with our curses. Princess, you want to help me? Only because it is necessary that I help him so he can help me. I haven't made any progress helping you, though. You said you would provide me with opportunities. I'm not very good at that, am I? I'm sorry, Princess. Well, I don't think I've done anything for you either. But Princess, you've been helping me for the last few weeks. Whether or not it is an obligation, you're still good company. Good company? No one's ever told me that before. They only chided me for being difficult to speak with. Karma starts cutting the cupcake, his knife sliding through the frosting and cake with ease. Is that like a plate, I guess? I mean, I guess you can eat it with a knife and fork. Yeah, it reminds me, I don't know, just eating a knife and fork, like, I don't know, eating pizza with a knife and fork or something, you know? It's like, it's kind of weird. I have definitely never seen such refined manners for a simple dessert. What was your life like before the cursed princess? I have no need to tell you any of that. No, it's not necessary, but I am curious. Would I be doing a good deed in telling him? I don't think so. Well, how about we trade off fact for fact? You give me a story today, and I'll give you one tomorrow. What makes you think I'm interested in your life? Well, you do keep asking me about my curse. Only because we are working on breaking our curses. Okay then. We won't talk about the past or any secrets. We can talk about this cupcake instead. What? Why does he always insist on changing the topic? Can we please just get back to the subject at hand? Yes, this cupcake. If you insist on sharing a story for a story, then I will tell you something about me. Oh? You didn't seem the type to want to share. I normally do not see any reason for sharing things about my past, no. Mother once told me that to confide in someone else was a weakness. More than that, I was always worried that others would judge me. No one has ever wanted to listen to me. I know enough about others' opinions of me to know that they think I am the one at fault. Always. I wouldn't judge you, Princess. I mean, I wouldn't judge you for not wanting to say anything to me. I divulge nothing to you after all. A story for a story. That's the deal, right? I expect you to keep to it. Or rather, a fact for a fact. It's not like I have to tell him everything, just something about myself. I will tell you about my life at the palace. It's not as if it's a secret, though I doubt Karma would understand. Ever since Mother died, the palace has been a cold place. Why the surprise? Is it because you see Emmeline and Rod and assume we are one big happy family? I do have to admit that Princess Emmeline seems quite gentle. Prince Rod is quiet, but seems like an honorable man. When I saw you and the princess at the dress store, Princess Emmeline seems very nice, is she not? Her kindness is fragile at best. She tries far too hard for it to be genuine. Her insistence is irritating. I've never wanted to be friends with her, even though we did end up being friends with her in the one timeline. I guess not in this route. The king took a second wife after my mother died, as if she never mattered to him. Karma is silent, and I continue to talk, my emotions loosening my tongue. I meant to stop there, but the words keep coming. The only one who ever showed me any affection in the palace was Mother. The king never paid much attention to me in the first place, but he treats Rod and Emmeline far better than he was ever treated me. What was your mother like? All of my fondest memories are of her. She was always with me in the palace, teaching me right from wrong. She taught me how not to show weakness, who to speak to. who to speak with, or who to speak with rather. Needless conversation is useless. People are often very likely to lead you astray. That was the reason I never saw any reason to speak with townsfolk. Will you judge me as everyone else has? No, princess. I'm not judging you. I'm just a little sad. Sad? Why would he be sad? It sounds like you live an empty life. It was not an empty life. But it sounds as if your mother separated you from everyone. It wasn't as if the townsfolk would have accepted me anyway. Mother said they were not to be trusted. Princess, about your mother, I will not hear you speak ill of mother. No, I only had a question about your mother. Karma coughs as I pause to stare at him as he clears his throat. What is it? This... Oh gods. I hear the change immediately. His voice is lower, far lower. The soft gentleness gone. Karma puts a hand to his throat and grumbles. Karma's voice is teetering on the edge of sounding unmistakably male. Even though, even though I voice everyone, so everyone is kind of masculine anyway. Oh well. I've always wondered how he's able to change his voice, but I always forget to ask him about it. What happened to your voice? Oh, it's Miss Karma. I turn to see a young market girl approaching us. She looks at Karma adoringly. I've always wanted to speak of you, Miss Karma, ever since you complimented my dress at one time in the dress store. Your dress is lovely today as always, Miss Karma. Karma? Miss Karma, are you okay? I am quite fine. I don't know, I guess this whole time Karma wasn't like doing his voice, like his feminine voice, like not by his own skill, you know, he didn't do it on his own. He had to rely on maybe like magic, and maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. I assume he can't do his feminine voice right now. I cannot help but giggle as the girl takes a step back, looking shocked by Karma's now deep voice. Karma curses again in his deep voice before forcing a bright smile on his face. You know, there are ways to make your voice, you know, either feminine or masculine, you know, depending on how your voice sounds normally. But I guess it really depends, right? If your voice is already in a good register, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. There are ways to train your voice, I guess. It was really hard, as far as I know, you know. I've looked into it, you know. Just voice acting in general, like being able to change your voice in different ways is a very good skill to have, but it's hard to do, you know, unless you practice, I guess, like every day and everything. I don't know. Excuse me, I'm feeling under the weather. Okay. I notice that he's trying to change the pitch of his voice, but the highness is only annoying rather than soothing. Now, yeah, I assume like every time, like, I don't know, especially a guy, you know, always does a feminine voice, they do this, they go, I notice he's trying to change the pitch of his voice, you know, they always, like every guy does that. I try not to do that, but, you know, that's not a feminine voice, that's Mickey Mouse, so I don't think that's right. When you try to do like a feminine voice, you don't go like la 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 la, you know. Even though I try, it's like it's still not right. But you know, oh well, let's try my best. Oh, I'm sorry. Karma turns to me urgently, but I am too amused to offer any sort of assistance. What is it, Miss Karma? Karma's smile is forced, and his eyes are glaring at me. I laugh once again, not able to help myself. His expression softens, but only slightly. Yeah, we're totally gonna tease him now. Okay. He obviously wants to leave, but I cannot help myself. Time to bully. Miss Karma, I do wish you would say something. At the very least, you should thank this girl for her compliment. Oh no, it's quite alright. Come on, Karma. You're usually the most charming person on these streets. Thank you. He sounds like he's dying. Okay, we finally get like a point with him. I cannot help but start laughing again. The small annoyance on Karma's face seems to dissipate completely. Leaving. He takes my hand and curtsies politely to the girl as he pulls me away. Karma, you sound sick. It's run out. Run out? The potion that Parfait makes for me. I must have talked too much. You talk too much. Okay, so Parfait was yeah, that makes sense. You know, it seems like Parfait, yeah, is just helping everyone with like little small things. You know, Parfait gives like Sebastian or Sebi to Rod, and I guess Parfait makes potions for Karma as well. Karma puts a finger to his lips as we stroll through town. He shakes his head, making it clear that he won't speak to me until later. When we arrive at the tavern, it is already dark. Karma pauses and turns to look at me. What? You have a nice smile, Princess Lucette. I'm glad I can make you laugh. Well, of course I laugh. You sounded ridiculous. It's worth sounding ridiculous just to see you smile. You and Rumpel really are the same. The comment doesn't faze him. He smiles widely as he leaves for his room. I'm glad I can make you laugh. Me, flashback. I cannot get those words out of my head, even though I was supposed to be resting for the night. I think I should go see Karma, or I should go see if Karma is practicing a durian in Garland. Oh, is that working? Yeah, internet troubles? I've had experience with internet troubles. Man, my internet is not very good. Sometimes my streams just go down like a million times and I can't stream good. You know, I wish I wish I had like good internet. I don't know, like even top streamers though even have like troubles with internet. You know, so I wonder like is there like a place you could just move to with like, you know, God internet? I heard like, for example, like Sweden, for example, has like really cheap, like good, like cheap but like very good internet. Maybe I should go to Sweden. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Probably not. I want good internet. Where can I get good internet? If I had the Holy Grail, you know, if I had like a genie, I would wish for like good internet. That's the wish I would take. Anyway, I leave my room and go down to the reception room. Reception area. Delore and Parfait let me go to the forest at night alone, now since they know that I'm meeting up with Karma. Parfait's in the reception room tonight, reading a book. I was always told reading in the dark was bad for your eyes. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I always, you know, it's probably horrible for me, but I often just, you know, surf on my computer, or surf the internet on my computer in the dark. I use Flux though. There's something called Flux. I mean, I think a lot of people use it, but you know, Flux is basically something that prevents blue light from appearing on your screen at night, which I think helps with eye strain. At least that's what they say. I don't know if there's any science behind that. Maybe it's still damaging for your eyes, but it does help. Flux helps, you know, with eye strain at night when using a computer at night and everything. Because I don't like, you know, at least at night, I don't want to have like my like normal light on, because then it's just too bright and, you know, makes me not be able to sleep later on. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, Princess, I didn't see you. I noticed that she's closed the book and I can now read the cover. She's reading Cinderella. That's my fairy tale curse. Okay. The great world was caused by the fairy tales, right? And oh yeah, I remember in the prologue it mentioned the Grimm brothers, right? The Grimm, or someone named Grimm. I assume, yeah, I looked it up a little bit. I guess, yeah, there was two people that has made fairy tales. Is Hans Christian Andersen and the Grimm brothers, I guess, are the two kind of like the, you know, authors that has made fairy tales. So I kind of mixed them up. I don't know which ones are like the Grimm ones or the Grimm tales, or which ones the Hans ones. I only know Hans because like he's an actual character in like in Fate Grand Order, and technically I guess he's from a different game. Like I think Fate Extra. I think he makes an appearance there. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, I only know because of Fate. Fate Go. The Great Wolf was caused by the fairy tales, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right. And yet you are reading one. The curses are based off these fairy tales after all. But why are you reading Cinderella? My curse isn't anything like the fairy tale, it's reversed. True, but the morals remain the same. In order to become Cinderella, you must be good like her. Cinderella had everything handed to her by a fairy godmother. I'd had everything taken away. Princess, have you truly had everything taken away from you? Well, I mean, we have at least our body. We're not dead. So there's that. We have our memories, you know. We have our personality. At least we know. At least we're not amnesiac like Rumple. So, I mean, we count our blessings, I guess. Compared to what I used to have, what I have now might as well be nothing. Well, you have friendships and the people who enjoy your company. No one in this tavern enjoys my company. Are you sure about that, Princess? I think you just have difficulty trusting that we all like you. Like me? Why would you like me? I mean, you're like a cute anime girl, so I mean, it's not hard. You've become like family here. I haven't been here that long. It doesn't matter. Everyone here at the Martian is family. Family. You're saying that everyone at the Martian is like family? Princess, you're one of my boarders. You're more than just a regular here. You live here with us, so like I said, you're family. I speak more of the people here than I've ever spoken to my own family. In the palace, I was always alone. The only person I could speak with was Fritz. You know, she always mentions that her mother was the one that shows her affection. But Fritz is pretty loyal, you know. At least what we've seen of Fritz, he's a nice guy. Always willing to help and on our side. But then again, who knows? Because he was like Allcaster's son, right? And we don't know what happened what happened to him in the Rah-Rah. We don't know. Like, did he die or something? That'd be bad. I assume maybe it has something to do with a fairy tale curse. Did he like disappear in the Rod Route or something? I was wondering, yeah. Like, what happens to the other people when we like go through one route? What happens to the other people in the other routes, you know? They're probably dead? I assume Rod is gonna die. I don't know. Unless he falls in love with someone else. You know, maybe he falls in love with Parfait. You know, he always like, you know, hangs out with Parfait. Does he fall in love with Parfait or fall in love with anyone, really? You know, it doesn't matter. As long as he breaks his curse, I guess. Are you going to watch Karma practice? I nod in response. Be safe, Princess. As I head to the door, I recall what happened earlier today. Parfait, what is this potion you make for Karma? Oh, you mean the potion I make to change his voice? He begged me to help him when he first designed his disguise. Karma makes a beautiful woman, but he didn't think the illusion was complete without a convincing voice. You know how picky he is. Something else on your mind, Princess? Well, Karma hides his curse, but you must know the conditions for breaking it, don't you? Parfait does not answer. Are you also keeping it a secret? Princess Lucette, not everyone likes to talk about their curse. I think it would be better if you ask Karma directly. Well, I just don't understand why he won't tell me everything when I'm trying to help him. Just as you think your good deeds are difficult, there is also something about Karma's curse that he cannot come to terms with. I put my hand to the necklace around my neck. I still haven't performed any good deeds. Can I really do this? I'm going now. I walk to the front door and into the forest. I decide not to think about all of this, at least not until later. I wished it was all simpler, and that Karma wasn't cloaked in so many secrets. You know, by the way, I've also noticed I've dropped a lot of frames. Not a lot, like, I guess literally like 217? You know, not compared to like, you know, at times it would drop like 1,000 frames, even more, so it's not too bad. But it is like, you know, I guess, you know, a little bit annoying sometimes, but again, not too bad. I wish it was all simpler and that Karma wasn't cloaked in so many secrets. Okay. Mother, I went to town today. Oh, I told you not to go into town. Did your father take you? He told me that it would be fun. And was it? No. Everyone looked really angry at me, but I don't know why. I've told you before I have an idea as one. The townsfolk are jealous of you. Jealous? They are bitter about their lot in life, and because that they will seek to use you for your status, or because of that they will seek to use you for status. You cannot trust them, Lucette. You cannot trust anyone but me. Trusting others will only lead to heartbreak, Lucette. You need only trust me, because I will never hurt you. But I hurt you indirectly by being a really evil witch, you know, evil witch dictator, and then she died. I wonder what happened. Did she like get killed or something, or did she really die? Maybe she faked her death? I don't know. We don't know, actually. We'll see, I guess. I've been in the market for a couple of months now, and I still haven't managed to do a single good deed. Today I went out to town with Walt to buy ingredients for parfait. Two of us have been both very quiet, which is uncharacteristic for Walt. Princess? What? Did Karma explain why he wasn't coming with you today? Princess? Does Walt not like my company? Is that why he was asking me why he had to fill in for Karma? He said he was tired. Oh. Waltz turns his head and his eyebrows furrowing in confusion. The town feels different today. It does. I feel as if there are people watching us. How can you tell? With practice. I have a lot of eyes on me when I'm doing my puppet shows after all. Even before then, I was used to being watched, I guess. Before you were cursed. Why? Well, I was more conspicuous as an adult, I guess. An adult? Oh, right. You have the Neverland curse. You remembered? Yes, I have the Neverland curse. I told you what that was in a tavern once. You were stuck as a child when you should be a man. So many One-chans are gonna ara you. Oh no, no. Right, it's a little inconvenient, but I've gotten used to it. Walt is so much more straightforward about his curse than Karma. The two of us go into a store where we find the little cups that Parfait asks us to buy. After I pay, Waltz automatically picks up the bags. His help is nice for a change. I have become so accustomed to carrying the bags on my own. So, have you made any progress on your good deeds? You can see from my necklace that I have not. But you have changed. I still don't see how I have changed at all. Karma hasn't taught me anything about doing good. Well, sometimes in order to be good, you need to realize some things about yourself first. Maybe Karma's not so bad at helping you with that. He is selfish, flamboyant, and acts as if the world revolves around him. Will you still partner with him? I am. I am okay with Karma's company. Most of the people judge and shun me. Karma hasn't done that. He's even mentioned enjoying my company. I've become more tolerant of him too. Oh, Princess! Walt's eyes light up, and I see him pointing ahead to a crowd of people gathered around the center of the town. A woman stands in the middle of the crowd, telling people's fortunes. We should go see if we can get our fortunes told. Come on. The crowd around the woman only grows larger until nearly half the plaza has been taken up. I find myself pushed around the crowd as I try to follow Waltz. The crowd is dense though, and in no time at all I have lost him. Waltz! I call for him, but I now see him over the dozens of people in front of me. I will wait for him at the outskirts of the crowd. He should be able to find me. I make my way out of the crowd into the edges of an alleyway. Alleyway? Uh-oh. Dark, spooky alleyway. We're probably gonna get mugged again, by the way? I don't know. But Walt still does not appear. 10 minutes go by, and I consider walking back into the crowd when I hear a voice behind me. Are you looking for someone, madam? I feel someone grab my hand. I slap him away and take a step back. When I turn, I find a man standing behind me in the alleyway. Didn't mean to startle you. What do you want? I want to help you return to the palace, Princess Lucette. Uh-oh. How do you know this? I mean, there's multiple ways, I guess. Either he's... like, he has the fairy tale curse. You know, part of the Martian people, I guess. He's a witch. Or fairy. Or someone told him that Lucette is Princess Lucette. You know, there's three possibilities. I don't know. Who is he? You know who I am. I do, Princess, and I can lead you back to the palace. Who are you? Someone who's working for the king. But the king does not remember me. The only people that would remember me are witches, fairies, and those with the curse. So who exactly is this man? You're lying. Princess, why would I ever lie to you? Now come, I'm sure everyone in the palace will be very happy to see you. The man grabs my hand roughly and begins trying to pull me through the alleyway. The first thing I try to do is scream, but the man clenches his free hand over my mouth. Yep, I knew it. I mean, we're not being mugged, but I guess we're being kidnapped? The crowd is getting farther from us, and no one can see us in the shadows. Princess, I swear on my word I'll bring you back to the palace. We're gonna fight back. I'm probably not gonna go well. I mean, we'll probably have to rely on like a sneak attack. I mean, probably like, I don't know, stomp his foot, you know, elbow his stomach and then run away. Somehow. I don't know. I mean, I guess we can just do that now. I don't know, we'll try, I guess. I have to fight back. Maybe I could still draw people's attention to me. I try to square my way out of the man's arms, but it did not work. He chuckles lightly at me until I elbow him in the stomach. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. With a few moments that I am free, I try to run, but all too soon the man grabs me again, the same punishing grip over my mouth, and knows to stop me from screaming. Damn it! Run faster, Lucette, come on! You're a real feisty one, ain't you? Feel like I may faint. In the one last attempt to get free, I tug at the man's hand with my own, and manage to shift it just enough until I can bite down and ow! Ow! The man screams in pain, his grip finally loosening. I can hear him curse as I run away from him. A few minutes later, I realize I've gone in the wrong direction. I soon come to a dead end in the alleyway and can hear the man running up behind me. What is this I see before me? Ah, Karma! Save me! I look up to see Karma standing on the rooftop. Okay, he's just like a superhero, I guess. Right above us, in his disguise, holding a sword, a broad grin on his face. Madam, you might hurt yourself playing on that sword. You might want to put it down. What's this, sir? Do you feel threatened by me? You should. Karma jumps down from the building and raises his sword in front of him. His eyes are angry, his earlier jovial personality falling away. Anyone that attacks a lady has to pay for the crime. Karma rushes forward, moving faster than I can see, even in his long dress. The glint of the sword causes the man to fall backwards, loosening his grip on me. I step back from the man's hold and watch as Karma points his sword at the man's neck. Now I have a sword and you do not. Do you really want to test your luck, sir? This isn't worth it. Again. The man runs off, leaving me alone with Karma in the alleyway. A similar situation happened again. What's this? You were a lot cockier just a few moments ago. I breathe out slowly as relief washes over me. A princess! Wallace approaches from where the man had run. So, did you meet the coward fellow on your way here? I bump into a man who looked as if he was running from death. Oh my, I feel oddly accomplished. Karma and Waltz's voices become faded and indistinct as my vision blurs. I'm suddenly light at my feet. All the adrenaline from earlier has dissipated into thin air. I feel tired. A princess. Before I can collapse and I feel arms pulling me back up. Rest easy, Princess Lucette. I close my eyes and fall into blackness, and then we die. No. When I wake up, Anise is setting a tray of food down on my bedside table. She does not notice as I slowly rise from my bed. Anise. Yeah, again. It happened again. Very like again. Deja vu. Deja vu. I'm in this place again. High on the street. No. Anise. Oh, Princess, you're up. We were worried about you. Lady Delora and Lady Parfait said you were just out because of shock, but still. How long have I been asleep? Just a few hours, Princess. Not like, a few days like before, and not like, 10 years. I'm afraid it's been 10 years. Was it 9 years or 10 years? I can't remember. In the beginning of Metal Gear Solid 5 or something. Anyway. Don't worry about chores for now. Lady Dolores says that if you're feeling better later, you can use Mr. Broom. Just thinking about using Mr. Broom gives me a headache. Where are Karma and Waltz? Waltz is scouting the town looking for the man that captured you. And Karma? I think he might be in his room, Princess. He's got patrol tonight, so he's resting a little bit. If he's on patrol tonight, that must mean he was resting this morning too. How did he know I needed help? Do you need anything, Princess? No, I'm going to visit Karma. What? To thank him? However, he knew, if Karma hadn't been there, things would have not ended so well. Yes. Oh, that's sweet, Princess. Oh, Lady Delora wants to talk to you about what happened when you're feeling up to it. Okay. I assume that man, I don't know, trying to bring her back to the castle. I assume it's Mr. Bad Guy, you know, Mr. Obsessed with the Queen, at least, you know, the former Queen. What's his face? Sir Mythos, right? Because that's the only possibility I can think of. Like, if he doesn't have the curse, you know, the man that tried to capture us, probably Mythos told him, you know, similar to how Mythos told Alcaster. I don't know. Maybe, that's my guess. I wait until Anise leaves the room before I follow after her. It is only after I exit my room that I realize I do not know where Carmen's room is. Anise must assume that I already knew with us being partners and all. It's fine, I do not need Anise's assistance for this. I can find Carmen's room on my own. It takes me some time, but I eventually find a room with his name on it. Well, his name on the door, rather, in careful, flowery letters. It suits him. I simply open the door without thinking to knock. And then we find him naked! I knew it! Just like, you know, every time when we go into a room unexpectedly, we always just find them, you know, in the shower, naked, or changing clothes. He has a tattoo, by the way. Huh. Weird tattoo. Anyway. It reminds me of, at least when he's like this, I guess. He reminds me of a character, actually, in Fate Go. What's his face? The guy who plays, like, a harp, you know, and always, like, says, it's so sad, it's so sad. I can't remember, what's his name again? I don't remember. It reminds me of, like, a Knight of the Round Table, you know, in Fate Grand Order. Anyway. I expected to find Karma lying in bed, but instead he's standing in front of a mirror, changing his clothes. We're gonna nosebleed? I don't know. Probably not. I feel like, you know, I don't know, I feel like if it's like a man, at least in anime anyway, the cliche anyways, that if a man stumbles into a woman's room, or while she's changing, then he's gonna get a nosebleed, but I don't know if a woman gets a nosebleed stumbling into a man's room, I don't know. Princess? Oh. I do not think I've ever seen a shirtless man before. Oh, indeed. He turns to me, and the realization that he's standing just in his pants hits me hard in the stomach. My face feels incredibly uncomfortably warm. Why are you just standing there? Put on your clothes! And then I notice a large tattoo on his chest. It is a rose ensnared by many vines. I stare at it for a few moments before Karma puts a hand there to conceal it. It's rude to come into a lady's room unannounced, you know. A lady's room. Karma slips his usual dress on carefully over his head and then approaches me. I take a step back without realizing. Karma raises an eyebrow then smiles at me mysteriously. It is a familiar look, but it rattles me more than ever has before. Yeah, there's always a scene like that. Like every visual novel. You gotta see him naked, you know? It's just like a fact, you just gotta see him naked. My princess, you're as red as a tomato, are you okay? Does this man always need to point out the obvious? I'm fine. There's no need to shout, darling. Now, what did you come here for? To see me, the beautiful Karma? Does everything always have to revolve around you? Well, you are breaking into my room. I'm barely able to stifle a sigh. Well, I cross my arms and frown at him. His smile makes it harder to get my next words out. I came here to thank you. Do my ears deceive me? What did you say, princess? I've noticed actually, yeah, he put on his dress and everything, but he doesn't put his lipstick. He does have eyeshadow though. Apparently he had enough time to put eyeshadow, but not enough time for lipstick. I do feel like, yeah, again, anime characters, I don't know why, but like they look better without lipstick. I don't know. It's just weird when they do have lipstick because lips are not usually drawn like a realistic way. They're often, you know, not drawn at all, like less detail anyway, right? It's just like this little thing here, this little like curved line that shows like the lower lip. Otherwise, not drawn like typical lips, right? So when you put lipstick on it, it feels weird. I don't know. Princess, Thank you for saving me. I saw you fight back. That was a very admirable attempt. You saw me. Yes, you were coming to the end of an alleyway. But I didn't manage to escape. It doesn't matter, Princess. You certainly made the effort. But I digress. You are quite welcome, Princess. It was my pleasure. I should leave. Wait, what? I turned to leave, but Karma grabs my hand and pulls me back. But Princess, don't you owe me something? So Karma was expecting something in return after all. I should have known. I think you owe me an apology. You did come to my room unannounced after all. Time to take off your shirt now. No. Okay. Who is he talking about? Since you broke into my room, I demand you to help me with my makeup. Then I will forget your transgression. Your makeup? Yes, darling. I thought you were resting because you were going on patrol tonight. Resting? Nonsense. I have much to do. My makeup earlier was so messy that I washed my face in order to reapply it. I cannot believe I'm going to agree with this. Fine. How? What a splendid day today is. Come on, Princess. Let's do this by mirror. Alright. Karma pulls me over to the mirror where I can see both our faces reflected. There's a surprising variety of makeup on the dresser beside me. I do not even care that much for my appearance. Why am I helping Karma with his makeup? Now, which feature on the face do you think is the most important one to highlight, Princess? Is he, I assume, the lips, because lipstick? What? What are your eyes attracted to most on a person's face? When they're laughing, when they smile? Well, why is he asking me for an opinion on something so trivial? If someone was smiling, the first feature we'll look at on the face would be... I guess the answer would be lips. That's why he's saying lips. Because you think, mouth. But actually, when someone is smiling, how do you tell that someone is authentically smiling? Because sometimes, you do like a fake smile, right? Especially like in a professional setting. In order to tell when someone is actually smiling, like genuinely, you actually look for the eyes, actually. You look for like the eyebrows going up, and also whether or not around the eyes, there's like a little like a wrinkle, So you can tell whether or not they're actually like smiling for real or just smiling for like fake, a professional smile, whatever. I think I'm losing frames. Oh no! Is my internet gonna go down? Yeah, I think it's stabilized. I think I'm losing like frames. Yeah. Intermittently, That sucks. But again, not too bad. Like, as long as the connection doesn't die. Because when the connection dies, that's when my stream just goes down, There's like a bit of... Because I think Twitch actually just pretty, like, recently put like a little small thing where, they give you, like, a little bit of time for your internet to come back, So they put, like, a little, like, animation on your stream so that it gets a chance to come back. But, when my stream goes down, it takes a while to come back, At least for my internet, anyway. So it's not enough time for my internet to come back, so like I need to restart everything, so that sucks. And again, I'm losing, I don't know. It's not too bad. Hopefully it's not too bad. It seems fine. When I lose a few frames here and there, it's not too bad. Especially when it's like a visual novel, right? It's not like I need like a 60 FPS smooth experience to enjoy a visual novel. It's not too bad, so it's fine. It's fine. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I think the answer is lips. But I'm gonna say the eyes. I don't know, it's probably the wrong answer, but that's what I think anyway, personally. Look for the eyes, not the mouth. You always look at the person's eyes first, so the eyes? Well, eyes are the mirrors to your soul, as they say. Does that mean you always look into my eyes, Princess? The minute he says that, I look into his eyes. Karma flutters his eyelashes at me, and I look back down and grumble. What was that, a trick? Made you look. What'd you think? Think. Of my eyes, do they draw you in? I never looked at Karma's eyes closely, but now that he keeps talking about them, I cannot help but look closer. His eyes are a pretty color, always in every kind of like anime, at least anime style like thing. Everyone always has like, different colored eyes. He has green eye, Lucette has like I don't know, what were these? Like golden eyes, seems like? I don't know. Even though the most common eye colors are like, you know, black and brown. Dark brown, anyway. You don't have to answer that, princess. I'm just kidding. But you know, always the most important characters, you know, are always the exceptions. You know, you want to make the interesting characters, and they're always the, you know, the special ones, right? Of course. Your eyes, on the other hand, are beautiful. You and Rampa really are the same person. You both spout the nonsensical compliments. Nonsensical? Oh, princess, I'm so offended. I mean what I say, unlike that fool. Anyway, I'll let you choose the order of things. Fine. Just don't make me look like a clown, princess. I know how much you like to tease me, but I need to get out of here quickly today. If you need to leave quickly, shouldn't you do your makeup yourself? And miss the opportunity to have you help me? Nonsense. If I can, I'll have you help me with my hair some other time. The way you do yours is beautiful. I always put my effort into my hair as mother, always emphasize the importance of looking like a princess. Oh, yeah, your hair is like braided and, you know, brushed a certain way. But I have never received a compliment on my hairstyle before. Karma gives me his makeup supplies, and I start layering the color on his face. You know, you start with foundation, I think, or something. I don't know. When we are this close, I cannot help but carefully inspect every one of his features. I do not think I even did something like this with mother. You know, princess, I don't think I deserve your thanks. I pause and raise an eyebrow at him. What? What, Nani? You've been helping me for a while. I haven't helped you with your curse at all. What I did today was just coincidence. Coincidence? I've heard you went to town with Waltz, and so I followed you two. I only happened to catch what happened in the alleyway. You managed to see me even when there were many other people who didn't. I have good eyes, probably. Probably. It's not like you to be so humble. Lucette, I am once again offended. And why were you following us in the first place? You said you were too tired to go to town today. I was worried. It was strange not accompanying you today. Worried? Why would you be worried? Karma looks puzzled for a few moments. He glances at himself in the mirror, solemnly, then shrugs. Intuition, perhaps? Waltz mentioned something about feeling watched. Is there something that Waltz and Karma are watching out for that I am not? Karma closes his eyes momentarily, and I take the opportunity to dust his eyes with eyeshadow. He does not seem to mind. Princess, you haven't spoken about what happened today with Delora Parfait, have you? No, not yet. You came to thank me first. I wasn't clicking on the screen, I guess, or I was trying to use the keyboard to advance instead, because I don't want to like keep clicking with this thing here. Sometimes it gets in the way. I think it fades away, you know, when I start using the keyboard instead. It just advances the dialogue. You came to thank me first, right? Then yes. Oh. Karma falls into silence. I continue to work, sweeping blush on his high cheekbone. I'm gonna do some blush. Princess, do you know anything about the man who tried to drag you away today? No, he said only that he worked for the king, before telling me he would take me back to the palace. I wonder how he recognized you. I was wondering that myself. How curious and alarming. The only ones who should pose a problem at this time are witches. Witches? What do they want to do with me? Well, I only mean that witches are the only ones who can see through our curses. Well, that man spoke with a witch. It's possible. But why? Why would the witches want me back at the palace? Or was that man trying to lead me somewhere else? I suppose, either way, that man could have wanted to bring me back to the palace for a good reason. Is it possible that a witch gave a commoner a description of you? But then why would... Karma stops talking and looks up at me with something like sympathy. Sorry, I'm just running my head for ideas. Are the witches really so dangerous? And what do they want with me in the first place? Rest assured, princess, we will figure this out. I nod my head slowly. I have a lot of questions for Delora and Parfait, but it is possible that even they might not know everything. I will need to think on my own as well, just in case they decide to keep more of their secrets. I look at Karma and shake my head. Next time I will be more wary. I won't let myself be caught unaware. Before I realize it, Karma has his hand on my cheek and is staring at me solemnly. His eyes are as cold and unmoving as steel. Princess, it won't be a next time. That's what I said. Next time, I'll make sure you're definitely not alone. Had I been alone today, I might have actually been kidnapped. I know that, but I cannot show weakness. I just need to be more cautious. I'm not some damsel in distress, you know. Didn't you say that before? I don't know, I think she said that before. Either to Karma or to Ron, I don't know. I think to Karma, before. Having someone at your back is far more comforting. Even on the battlefield, knights fight better together. What's wrong? Nothing. He moves his hand away from my face and stands up, sighing. His eyes look suddenly distant, and his posture suddenly stiff. I think we're about done here, right? I haven't finished your makeup, though. Wait, why am I even concerned about that? Oh, well, sometimes simple is better. Or would you like me to sit back down? I do enjoy being pampered by you, princess. I take it back. We're definitely done. Oh, good. Thank you for your hard work. In an instant, the mood changes, and a bright smile once again graces Karma's face. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to have to leave you, darling. I have business in town and then a patrol later tonight. I probably won't see you for the rest of the day, but thank you. He's thanking me for putting on his makeup. It was such a small thing. You're welcome. You already thanked me, though. Well, now you can tell I'm twice as thankful as the normal person. That doesn't make any sense, but it's Karma. A lot of the things he says do not make sense. I leave the room of Karma and he leaves the tavern as I go to find Parfait and Delora. The two of them are seated together in the reception, speaking in hushed voices when I arrive. They both pause to look up at me as I walk into the room. Well, well, if it isn't the princess, took you long enough to come see us? And he's told us you are unharmed. We're glad to see you're safe, princess. So, how about telling us what happened? When prompted, I tell them everything that transpired in the alleyway. The two listen, they only exchange a solemn glance when I'm done. Do you know something about all of this that I don't? Why would the witches be after me in the first place? You remember what we said about the Tenebrae corrupting witches? Well, those witches don't like seeing curses broken. They meddle where they can because they can. That's why I cast a glamour on you when you arrived here so that you could remain hidden from magical eyes. I did it to protect you. Protect me? I feel like there's more to this than that they're hiding. I do not think any amount of convincing will get them to say anything. Forgive us, princess. We're not entirely sure what's going on either. Though if it was a human that captured you, he must be working with the witches somehow. Troublesome to tell you the least, but we don't know the details yet. Give us some time to figure things out. Until we figure out who that man is and who is he working for, you need to have an escort of you out of the marshal at all times. You understand? And once you figure it out, you will tell me. The two exchange another look, which only makes me more frustrated. They're obviously keeping secrets, and right in front of me. I'll tell you once everything falls into place. Don't worry, princess. We will never let you be put in any danger. The silence is what ends our conversation. I make my way back to my room, feet heavy. I feel like a fly caught in a spider's web. I try my best to clear my mind as I return to my room. Okay. The days go by slowly and I make no progress on my curse. Karma is busy with the knights today, and Laura and Parfait are busy talking Rumpo about his curse in his room. Yeah, I guess, even if we're doing one route, the other people are still struggling with their curses, and Laura and Parfait are also helping with that as well. Tonight is the perfect night to go and wander the town by myself. I need to see if I can find anything about the witches and what is happening around the kingdom. Laura and Parfait are not going to tell me anything, and no one has wanted to take me out of the Martian since the kidnapping attempt. These thoughts spiral helplessly in my mind as I sit at a table. I've just finished working for the day, and the activity in the Martian is beginning to wind down. Garland stands at the door as the last few customers leave the Martian. Julian is walking around the room to make sure that there are no problems. Oh, actually, I've noticed. Did my stream go down? I don't know, actually. I actually have a local recording as well. So let me just double check. Yeah, it seems it's still live. I don't know, I guess my local recording got reset or something? Sorry, let me just check. Why is everything exploding? I think, yeah, I don't know. That's, for this one. Yeah, okay. Seems alright. I guess for some reason OBS decided to make 2 recordings now or something. Because, like, there's just so many drop frames. I don't know. I'm dropping frames right now. Again, more drop frames. Like, about, 5,000 in total. Even though it says, 1.2% in totals. I mean, I guess relatively it's not too bad, but... Anyway. Garland stands at the door as the last few customers leave the Martian. Jordan's walking around to make sure there are no problems. I think that's what I read before. Okay. Out of the corner of my eyes, I notice 2 men pause halfway across the room to glance back at her. I can overhear the words from where I am. Shame that she's a no. He's the proud type, too proud to let a man down on her. Hold on her. Be shame indeed. Be sick if I try to say something to her. You two. I'm gonna fucking beat your asses now. Garland suddenly stands behind the 2 men, an uncharacteristically dark glare on his face. Is there a problem? Doors are closing for the night. I'm gonna ask you to please leave. Don't need to be upset, right? Run away now. I don't know what these voices I'm giving. I assume because we're never gonna meet them ever again, so I'm just giving silly voices. The 2 men walk out and Garland stands in the middle of the tavern area, glaring after them. He more or less pushed them out of the tavern. If Anise had seen that, she'd probably have scolded him. Garland. Yeah. You okay? Of course. You think you can fool me? I've known you long enough to know that something's bothering you. Neither of them seem to notice me here. If they do, they ignore me. Jurian is still looking insistently at Garland, who looks down the floor. Is he gonna say something to her? Garland says nothing though. He looks at a loss for words. Finally, Jurian reaches out and pokes his shoulder, and he looks up, startled. Still the same as always. The silent, watchful night. Only says things with certainty when he knows the truth. Even the princess is waiting for you to say something. Both knights turn to look at me, and Garland seems surprised. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he hurriedly looks away. Patrol is starting soon. Now head out first. Okay, stay safe. Garland nods at her with a little smile before he leaves the tavern. Going to sleep soon, princess? I was just gonna head up. I stand up and get ready to move up to my room, but stop once more to look up at Jurian. Did you hear what those men were saying? Oh, about me being too proud or something. So she did hear them, but chose to say nothing. Well, it doesn't bother me. You're right. I've been independent for a long time, and I would never think about pledging my safety to a man I barely know. I can take care of myself. Blunt and to the point. Jurian was really admired for that honesty in the palace, kinda like you, Lucette, if you think about it. The only other men I've trusted before me are my fellow knights, Garland most of all, since we've always been partners. He does not explain any further, and I decide that is for the better. The sooner everyone has cleared out, the sooner I can leave the Martian. I'm gonna sneak out? Oh no. Are we just gonna get kidnapped again, Lucette? Come on, at least bring a sword or something. I don't know. So we can, fight back. And then again, I don't know if she knows any, swordsmanship. So probably not, a sword, but, I don't know. Something. Bring, gun. I don't know. Okay, probably not. I don't know. Do guns exist? Probably not, a traditional... Well, I mean, not traditional. Not like a modern, pistol, but, gunpowder guns, what do you call them? In the Renaissance era. The type of guns where you like stuff down a ball in it, and you put powder in it, and then you light the fuse, and it go bang like that, right? That kind of gun. Flintlock, right? Yeah, flintlock or matchlock gun, something like that. Tonight's the night I go looking for answers. Yeah, she should bring something out. Something at least. Maybe like a dagger? A dagger would help, maybe, you know. Dagger's pretty easy to use, just like stab someone, right? Sorry, Karma, but I can handle myself. I'm gonna prove it tonight. I may not be able to fight, but I can still be cautious enough to not land myself into trouble. I mean, I guess she has her weird, like, rope thing that, again, looks like a... It looks like a big blanket, to be honest, you know? Like a blanket, like, for sleeping. Still, I do not happen to hear much of anything as I'm exploring the town tonight. I should have brought along some kind of weapon. Yeah, I told you, but... But then I would have to steal a knife from the kitchen. I'm not a thief. I mean, you're already breaking the rules, you know, by leaving, so... I don't know. Lucette. I mean, hopefully someone saves her again if something happens. I mean, I guess Garland's on patrol, and I guess Karma is on patrol, right? He did say he was on patrol, right? So, I mean, hopefully one of those two will save us if anything happens. Hours pass before I pass a tavern filled with knights. Deciding that I will at least listen to what is happening at the palace, I linger by the open door and listen to what the men are saying. I hear the young Fritz is having a hard time of it. I feel bad for the lad. Even Sir Alcaster thinks he's gone mad. Well, he does keep talking about the princess that doesn't exist. Yeah, Fritz is going crazy because he's the only one that knows, at least in the palace. At least, well, I mean, obviously, Mithros knows, you know, and anyone he tells, but like, Fritz is the only one, like, openly, you know, saying like, "Hey, where's the princess? Does anyone remember a princess? Why am I going insane?" You know, Fritz still remembers me, but how? Even his father is going whirly and was babbling. Oh, Sir Mithros forced him on breakfast the other day. He didn't seem happy. You know, Sir Mithros must think he's crazy too. Poor Fritz. Poor Fritz. Can you keep a secret? The knights look at each other, and I lean as close as I possibly can. I'm literally right next to them. Apparently, the boy spoke some truth. Though Sir Alcaster doesn't quite believe it, he's looking for the daughter of the previous queen. Yeah, Fritz, I feel like, is the only good, like, I don't know. He's the only good boy, at least, you know, before we've turned into, like, you know, Cinderella and turned into, like, a peasant. I feel like, you know, she said like that no one loves her and no one likes her, but like I feel like Fritz is like, you know, he's there for you. Like, we'll see. We'll see what happens during his route, I guess, because we did see like his route options. You know, he's a route, so we'll see. But at least for this timeline, though, he's just gonna suffer. Which had a daughter, the previous queen. Are they talking about mother? How dare they call her a witch as an insult, and totally not because she actually is a witch, you know? Apparently she did, though I don't ever remember such a girl. This is top secret stuff. I just happened to wrestle this out of one of the lackeys looking for her. What would Sir Alcaster need this girl for? I'm assuming she's dangerous and that they want to get rid of her. Are they talking about me? I'm curious. How are we supposed to find this imaginary princess anyway? Does she have any features? They describe her features. Last man who went looking for her says she wore a special pendant around her neck. Oh, we'd rather hide that pendant then. I should get out of here. I turn to leave the tavern, but my cloak snags in the door and falls to the floor, tripping me up in the process. Of course. I end up falling halfway in the tavern where the chatter abruptly stops. Oh, this is old. Lady. The knights that were talking approach me. One of them picks up my cloak. I attempt to grab my cloak from their fingers, but they pull away from me and I stumble into one of them. Oh, madam. He moves to take my hand, and then he stops when he sees my face. Her face, and the necklace. You think she was spying on us? Witch! Oh no! One of the knights grabs me to the wrists and pulls me toward him. He's far stronger than the man in the alleyway was. Yeah, we knew trouble was gonna, like, follow Lucette. Every time she's just, you know, on her own, no escort. Yeah. Anyway, unhand me right now. I'm no witch. Even though actually she is, but anyway. Then there should be no problem. We're just gonna take you in, and if there's some big misunderstanding, we'll repay you ourselves, miss. No, let me go. This behavior is not fitting of a knight. Oh, come on now, miss. Let's go back quietly. Yeah. I mean, we don't have a weapon, so it's probably not as easy to like. We can't just elbow them in the stomach this time because there's like 2 of them now. If we try to do that, they're probably gonna, I don't know, draw swords or something. So let's use our amazing charisma and persuasion skills, right? Yeah? I don't know. Fighting back is useless when I'm outnumbered. I have to try convincing them that I'm not who they think I am. You are mistaken, sirs. I happen to overhear your conversation, and assuming I am some imaginary princess is unreasonable. The knights look at each other. You know, she has a point. She was listening on our conversation. That's clearly suspicious. Did you not hear what I had just said? I happened to overhear it. Nothing more. You were cloaked, as if you were trying to hide your features. Being out at night without a cloak is a sure way to draw attention to a lady such as myself. You know, she has a point. Oh, stop saying that, man. Then, ma'am, there should be no problem with us taking you back to the palace. If we are mistaken, we'll clear up the misunderstanding and pay you handsomely. Oh well. Come on, let's take her to the palace. Oh. The knights lead me out into the empty streets. Why? Why do they have to be so stubborn? Well, the knights continue pulling me down the path until we come to a narrow street. Everyone who sees us walks away to avoid the knights. There is fear in their eyes. But I've done nothing wrong. Ma'am, if it makes you feel any better, we're risking our rank on this as well. I don't know, I'm suspicious of... Who goes there? I look up and notice Karma's familiar figure walking toward us. Alright. Obviously our knight in shining is gonna save us from other knights, I guess.